I want to build it back, guys. And again, for all these people say, oh, we can do it in a year. Yeah, but at what cost? I would rather do things the right way. And I think with Pete Carroll on board, with the coaches that we're going to have to build, and that's why you say if you want to get on board now and watch as we rise up and get to be a better team. That's just me, though.
Anyone want to? Hey, Gravy, I know you got that show coming up too. Gravy, shout out that show that you and Gabe do.
Well, it's me, Gabe, and Dirt and Low, and it's What Up Low, Raider Gabe 420, and myself, Coach Gravy. We have a show, Raider Nation Live, that's on tonight at 7:00. And after finish Captain Jack show, and then slide on down to Raider Nation Live, and you could get some Raider game from there also. We're gonna be talking about the same things, coaching and stuff.
And get product by Gravy. Gravy's product is good.
I gotta get some more back to. I got to give some more back to Captain Jack.
No, I appreciate the product coming because it is good stuff. I actually I was like, man, I don't got any more of this shit, you know. So
that's cocoa butter. Yeah, that's that gravy cocoa butter.
It's good stuff. Yeah. I mean, I am promoting it because it's great stuff. Look at this stuff. I need some because if I had gravy stuff, it wouldn't look as flaky as it does now. But buy gravy.
If you don't like the shavy, make sure you get that gravy.
That's right.
The Gravy Top Shelf Oils. The Gravy Top Shelf Oils. That's my name in Instagram. And then you guys look that up. They show all my products. Interested? I take care of the nation. So you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about anything if you're a Raider fan. You something else, then I'm gonna have to charge you. But you know, matters how much you get and where you live at, because shipping's a little bit too.
Hey, Gravy, what do you think of what Josh Clay says here? Hope the Raiders take Genty or Milroe at 6.
Nah, I don't believe in that. If I could just do my picks quickly, and then I'll go off. But if we're at 6, if we stay there, if Mason Graham is available, the tackle is available, or that cornerback Williams, I think that has to be, if they're there, you know, Mason Graham will be dominant. I can see the kid. He's dominant guy that's in the middle of the. We need that. The more we have, the better. And I think we should get a top-notch defensive tackle in the draft too. I mean, in free agency too. Load that shit up because we have never had pressure getting to the quarterback in a while. That's why I'm skeptical about the defense. We did good at the end of the season, but it was only we were playing sorry ass teams and we were getting at them. They're weak quarterbacks and stuff like that. But we need that, and we need to get our offensive line to be quicker, good footwork type guys, basically more guards, but because guards is what Chip Kelly's system is about.
That's
we get guards. We have one that I hope don't become a center.
No, but he's going to be the center. I think we've got to get 2 guards, and then we get guards. We need a
guards like that. We get guards like that got good footwork. They can pull, because those guards. If we run that zone system, the guards are going to pull, and they need to be quick. They need to be fast. So they move to the sidelines like their responsibility is, and maybe go to the second level in space and all that stuff. There's a lot of things about his offense that it's hard to explain, but people in the audience won't really understand. But if you want to, just look up, air raid, zone blocking, and then that's what basically that is. And then he condenses it more. And
there's a good breakdown, guys. If you want to go watch Tape Don't Lie, and also Raider Alex, he kind of breaks down what Chip Kelly does. If you guys want to see it,
it's a lot of movement. Linemen are moving, and you can't be big, fat linemen. You got to be in shape, and you got to move, got to have good footwork, and then we'll blossom from there. Get a good running back that can see that stuff, and then that's what we need. That's what we need to do. I'll get a running back high this time. Second, third round, get that guy.
Yes, sir.
Scataboo.
We got to get who is going to work for us, not reach for people. You know, I don't want to move up in the second round because we need all these picks, man. We need all these picks to plug holes that we have.
I'm telling you right now, man.
Don't be surprised if it's one of those friggin' Ohio State running backs.
I hope so.
There you go. I'll take them.
Go ahead, Jason.
I'll grab both the dudes.
Yeah, for real. Hey, Gravy, I got to get you on too, bro. Like, I want to have a mock draft.
Let me know, bro. Reach out to me, Jason. I have you on IG.
Yes, sir.
All you got to do. Hey, fellas, thank you very much. Thanks for the invite. Captain Jack, Angelo.
Thanks,
Jason.
brother.
You guys have a wonderful evening.
I'm gonna hop with you guys when I'm done here. So, thanks, Gravy.
Yes, sir. Yep. We'll see y'all tonight.
You guys have a wonderful evening.
Good seeing you, Gravy. Been well, brother.
Yes,
you too, bro. You too. Thank you, Captain Jack.
Hey.
Yeah. You guys got 2 transplants into Raider Nation. Actually, you have more. There's my guy who's a DJ. He's a transplant also. So there's a lot. I gotta get my channel going so I can get a lot of these transplants.
Yes, you do. People were asking me today, and I said, they said, well, doesn't he have his own channel? I said, no. He comes on mine, and he is. By the way, in case I don't tell you, I'm putting it out for everybody. I appreciate the hell out of Angelo. Because when there are times when I can't do it, you are always there to do it. And can I do in the Wild Wild West because of the issues that I had, and he stepped in because you guys are worthy of awesomeness. Bishop, when he came in and did the things when he was doing, the folks that are out there that helped me out, I definitely want to say thank you to all of them. Jason, I'll come on anything I just need to know when, brother. I just need to know when.
Yes, sir. I have school and work, so my schedule's been a little different, but I'm almost done with school, so I'll be a lot more freer. But you always welcome, you know that.
I just need to know when, because I'm old, man. You got to fucking send me an email or a text.
Sure. I'm gonna send the pigeon. With the new
Make sure you don't crap on me, but I'll be there.
I got you.
I will be.
Hey, you got a bob and weave just in case, but I can't make no promises for the pigeon,
Okay.
No, but Jason, you did make a good point though. Like about how it's very possible because of Chip Kelly, we could end up in that 3rd round if Henderson and Judkins ends up there. They might go back to back.
We have that double up. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. We could take care of a lot because me personally, I want us to get more explosive. So I would like to get the wide receiver from Arizona or from Missouri, and I feel if we do that with the pieces we got, we're good. We really don't need to do a lot. Now I'm hoping that we fix the guard and tackle situation in free agency and so we don't have to develop guys. We can just plug and get after it. So you know what I mean? That's what I'm hoping. And then that way the draft will be easier for us. We can get our running backs. We can get the wide receivers. And we got Brock, we got Mayer, you know what I'm saying? Can't go wrong with that.
For those that are saying we're going to do it in a year, the only way that happens is if in free agency we plug 2 guards immediately.
Yeah,
that you can do it in a year, but you better have your interior done with 2 excellent guards in free agency. I know one of them, especially if you take the one from the Chiefs, you make them softer by bringing him over, kind of like what we did with the center we had for years.
Yeah. Hudson.
Thank you. Yeah. I appreciate. I know who I want to say, but I can't say their fucking names. That's why I say, hey, I'll give it to you. You just give me the name. But yeah, we took Rodney Hudson. We made us better, and we made them softer. So if you take the kid that's from the Chiefs that everybody wants us to get, the one that doesn't line up and get it, the John, they better fucking call that in the Super Bowl, man. That bullshit with Howard always moving, it doesn't get called. I'm sorry, squirrel. Anyway, but yeah. Get the guard from the Chiefs, get another really good guard, and then you can plug him in next to JPJ. I like what I saw with Glaze and Miller. I'm sorry, guys. I know he was injured, but I'm thinking it's more than the injury. I mean, he was up here. Actually, I always put my hand up here so you guys can't see it. He was up here, and now he's down here, even with the injury. It's going to be a position that we're going to need to fill out sooner rather than later. But get those 2 guards first, and then plug in a tackle. And I still have Mosey Mumford.
Yeah.
I talked about it at length, Cap, yesterday at the Wild Wild West show, where I was saying that the top players that are going to be in the free agency is when it comes to us is it's going to be Trey Smith first. He's only 25 years old. He's getting out of that rookie contract now. So it's basically essentially going to be a bidding thing. Like, yeah, do you want to stay at KC or do you want to we're going to overpay for you to reset the market, or do you want to come to the Raiders and give us all that information plus be our right guard of the future to play next to JPJ, right? The other one that I was saying, though, is if for whatever reason they do kind of like what they did with Chris Jones and somehow they're able to keep Trey Smith, who's only 25 years old, I said, what's so bad about Mekhi Becton? I mean, if there's ever a guy that looks like a Raider, the dude is 6'8", almost 400 pounds. He's killing it right now at right guard, and he's only 25 years old. People forgot about this guy. Like, he was the first round pick. The Jets fucked them, like how the Jets fuck everybody. And then basically he gets picked up for nothing, and now he's in the Super Bowl. So whatever Trey Smith's price is, Mekhi Becton's going to be the next guy because he's only 25. So can you imagine DJ Glaze, Jason, with Mekhi Becton and JPJ all on that right side? Dude, if we got a lefty quarterback, bro, it's over. You know?
Yeah, we're gonna be. Yeah, that'll show us what we're gonna do. If we fix, the guards, we get a couple guards, we get a tackle, then we know we're for real. Then we know that they're headed in the right direction. That's how we'll know.
The other thing I was saying, Cap and Jason, was I said, depending on how, like, Tennessee is kind of like in that movie Draft Day where the dude might fuck it up, so he might get scared, or if I'm in Tennessee's position and you just got hired as the GM, you take Abdul Carter and don't think about it anymore. He is the number one, across the board from everybody's list. He's the can't miss prospect. He's that guy, right? So you take him. But if you don't take him, who Abdul Carter's already going to leave right away, because Cleveland Browns, it will trade Myles Garrett because Myles Garrett wants out. And I think Cleveland's going to just sitting there waiting for the best deal, right? The very best deal. So let's say they take Abdul Carter, right? So let's say Tennessee's stupid. They do take Cam Ward, even though they already have Will Levis. They panic. And then you got Abdul Carter. As that domino falls, I was saying that the number 6 pick could end up being worth as high as a number 1 pick. Why not trade down? Because if we're not going to get a quarterback, if New York Giants takes Shedeur, let's just say, right? Because everybody keeps thinking the Tom Brady, blah, 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 Shedeur's coming to the Raiders. But Shedeur made cleats that say New York Giants on it. All right. And we already know Joe Shane's an idiot. He let Barkley go. So let's say he says, yeah, I'll go ahead and take Shedeur. Okay. No, there's no way in hell we're taking Jackson Dart at 6. And then there's going to be teams that are going to want someone like Teteroa and McMillan or whoever is left in there, because I think Mason Graham, honestly, is going to be gone. I think the Jaguars are going to get him, right? Because he's that good. So go ahead, Jake.
Well, I thought they said, Travis Hunter. Or
Travis Hunter.
Yeah,
Travis Hunter, right? One of the two. But I don't think Mason Graham's staying too long, man. Especially with Mike Vrabel there sitting at that 5th pick, I think, or 4th, right? Everybody keeps projecting Will Campbell to go to New England, which would be a good pick to protect Drake May. But they also have more money than us. So New England could sit there and outbid us to get Trey Smith or whoever, or Mekhi Becton, right? So all I'm saying is when we get to 6, that my theory is, let's say we get to 6, depending on how it falls, and Cleveland just picked up Abdul Carter. So now they're kind of like, damn, we didn't quite get the market price we wanted for Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett is there. Raiders could call him and be like, we'll give you the number 6 pick straight up for Myles Garrett right now. Straight up, no extra thises, no extra that's. So what do you think, Jason? Would you just give up the 1 number 6 pick for us to have Myles Garrett right now to play alongside Max Crosby?
I mean, well, I've said this before. I wanted him when they were talking about like mid-season before the trade. You know what I mean? But people were saying there's too much money. But I mean, that's a good problem because I mean he's not really hurt a lot, and Max is. So, I think it'll. I don't see nothing wrong with it. And then with Wilkins coming back, you know what I mean? We bring back Adam Butler. You know what I'm saying? Just to get us kind of get us through, or there's options. There's probably somebody I'm pretty sure better than Adam Butler out there in free agencies. So, but yeah, I would.
How you doing on time, Cap?
I'm good. I said I don't work tomorrow. I mean, I'm on a flight tomorrow, which is the only reason why I'm doing the show tonight, because last Wednesday I was doing, the work was the next day, so I rolled into work. So I could do the show on Wednesday. I couldn't have done it yesterday, which is when Kenna was like, hey, do the show. I'm like, dude, I'm going to work. Tomorrow I'm flying home, so I'm good as long as you want me. And I can stick around. And if you want to talk about me behind my back and I won't watch, YouTube, I could do that too. But yeah, I'm here for whatever y'all want. Then I got to pack tonight after that, but I'm good.
All right. And then somebody in here, I'm just checking. I'm making sure that the chat's getting their words in. Bob Stenard, he says Travis Hunter at 6. What do you guys think of that? If Travis Hunter falls to 6, Jason?
I mean, you get 2 players right there. We need some help in that DB room, and we get a weapon. We get another weapon at wide receiver. So, because with what we have, I feel like we still need a number 1 receiver. I know Jacoby, but we still need a number 1 receiver.
Is McMillan gone? Because if McMillan's on the board and Travis Hunter's on the board, I'm taking McMillan.
That's what. That's my pick at 6.
Okay,
because we need that size. Like that size is something.
Yeah.
It's going to help a quarterback out. So
he's
our
an
offense is
right. No. I'm right there with you, brother. I'm right now. But listen, we get the 6, and McMillan is available, right? Yeah. Seattle calls and says, we'll give you 3 first-round picks consecutive, or 2 first-round, 2 back-to-back. We'll swap with you, and we'll give you our first for next year and DK Metcalf. Do you really say no, dude? I mean,
sorry, T-Mac. Maybe next time.
Yeah. How old is DK? He's about like 29, right?
Not even, right? 20, maybe 6
yeah,
or something.
He's young, Cap. He's young, and he's just having issues in Seattle. But the 2 players that everybody's talking about that may possibly go to the Raiders now that Pete Carroll's there is Tyler Lockett.
I was going to say Lockett.
Lockett, and the other one's DK Metcalf. Yeah. All I'm saying is that's what I mean about number 6 being that piece.
Yeah.
That everybody might all of a sudden go, damn, dude, I really want to get at, like, I could totally see Arizona right now because they have Marvin Harrison. They're ready to roll and they got money. They have more money than everybody, by the way. I think they're number 2 or number 1, right? In terms of cap space. So Arizona could sit there and go, damn, the Raiders have 6, and Tetro McMillan, who's from Arizona, is right there for us to grab. And we could have Marvin Harrison, McMillan, Murray, fucking
whoever they're running back
in the future, right? Like and then they have money to sign free agents. So they can literally give up 3 first-round picks. They'll say, we'll give you 3 first-round picks right now for your pick right now. And the Raiders, why would we say no?
I'm all about getting picks. You know what I mean? But because
I'm sorry, I had to, because before I forget, because I see Sharif here, and I know that Sharif was, and I'm going to positively dime your ass out, Sharif, because I love you. Okay, remember last year, and Sharif was of the proponent. It's like, oh, you motherfuckers. We want to keep the pick. Don't give up the picks, and blah 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 blah. And Sharif was right. Sharif was right, because look at what Jaden Daniels did. The problem would have been, actually 2 problems would have been. A, he wouldn't have worked the same in the system that was here. He wouldn't have worked the same in the systems that were here. So it wasn't like, oh, am I froze? Shit, sorry.
You thought out. You thought out. You thought out. No.
Well, it is cold here in Kansas. Okay, but it wouldn't have been the same had he come here with our crackerjack box fucking bullshit offense, and people that were saying, and again, here's the other thing, said that Tom Fiasco, and I will give Sharif credit on that one too, because I love the way he pulls that through. Tom Fiasco didn't call. That's bullshit. From what I was understood is that the Commanders made it intent. Don't call us. We're not trading the pick. We won't listen. Don't bother to call us. So it wasn't the fact that we didn't call to trade up for it. We weren't going to get it anyway. So that's two things. Jane Daniels would have looked good in silver and black, but he wouldn't have been the quarterback that he was this year as the rookie of the year. I'm sorry, Sharif. I saw you there and I had to talk because you're talking about picks. Now, if you're talking about 3 picks for a 6, like, and I think Angelo was saying, DK, if you throw in DK Metcalf and even 2 picks, a swap of the ones and an extra one and a DK Metcalf, sold. Because it solves the problem at wide receiver at WR1, because Jacoby is great at what he did. He overplayed his wide receiver 2. He actually was 1A in that thing when Devontae, who I forgot what his last name was, because he's no longer with the Raiders, but he overplayed and got the position that he's in. He was fantastic. Okay, but yeah, you give me DK Metcalf. You got wide receiver 1 solid plus the number 1 pick plus their other pick later, because again we would be trading back, but we get the pick, or you get the 3 number 1s, or maybe it's like the 1 plus the 2. Sure, I'll take that, because you said don't do the pick. No. If you get first round picks and we're on the other end of that, we're accumulating picks like the Cheatriots used to do all the time. Remember how the Cheatriots would, we'll send you a pick, next year's 2 or next year's 1. And they did it every fucking year. It was, we'll gladly pay you Tuesday for your pick today, right? It was the wimpy factor. And nobody ever caught him on it because they would just keep throwing those picks, throwing them over. And then people are like saying, well, when are they ever, not going to get their pick? They don't care. It's kind of like what you do for, that money that you keep it in, for your timeshare, and you keep borrowing off the next year's sum. You can keep doing that forever, really, pretty much, until you die, But it's one of those things. If you're giving me 2 number 1s plus a swap for a 6, sure, I'll do that in a minute. But that's just me. Remember, I gotta say it when I say it, or I'll forget. And I apologize, Jim. I gotta jumble it out there.
I was just going to say, I wanted just to address what Twan keeps saying, which the transactions are unrealistic. Bro, I disagree. Like, I'm telling you that the draft will fall the way it falls. And then what always happens is teams panic. And if you have a generational type player, let's say, in their eyes, of a Tetro and McMillan, the Raiders will take them.
I'll be right back.
Take them anyways. The same way they took Brock Bowers. They're not going to, but if you call them and you say, hey, I'm Seattle and I'm good. How about this, Jason? How about the Seattle calls and they go, we'll swap you the first this year. We'll give you our second. We'll also give you a second next year, but we'll give you Geno Smith and DK Metcalf right now. So you get DK, Geno, a second this year, and a second next year. So now we're going to get to pick twice in the second round, right? Off of Seattle's second. And then we didn't lose a first round pick because we're getting Seattle's first round pick. Dude, I could totally see Spytek saying yes to things like this.
So where do we make that deal? What's taking so long? What's going on?
Right.
He's like, hey, yeah. I mean, but I mean, we don't need a lot. You know what I mean? I know with the record, it looks like we need a lot, but we don't. We just need pieces. And then plus we got a lot coming back. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot coming back. But my next thing, now that we got the coaching staff, I want to see who the quarterback they pick. You know what I mean? And then that's going to tell a lot. Then we can kind of put players around that, because it depends on who they get. Do they go a Kirk Cousins? Do they go Justin Fields? I hope they go Fields, like I said, because he's
Yeah,
younger.
give me Fields.
You know what I mean? He's younger, and it would just be a good opportunity just to see, what we can do and see what he can do in this offense. But everything else is kind of a little bit sketchy. Even with Justin Fields, there's a possibility that it won't work out. But I mean, at least we have a young option. We don't have to keep, and then I would take the cheap option with Kirk Cousins as the backup. You know what I mean? Because I mean, it would be an upgrade over AOC, and then we could slide AOC to third quarterback. I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? So it's not a lot we have to do. We don't need, because our thing is fix this line so we can run the ball. Yep. That's the number one thing, because that's why we couldn't do anything last year. We could not run to save our damn lives. So if we fix this line, run this damn ball, we don't have to we can plug anybody in. I mean, sorry, I'm not gonna say anybody, but we could plug somebody in that knows what they're doing, and just do your thing on third downs when we need you, and let's keep running it down their throat. You know what I mean? That's what we got to get back to. Running that damn
that's what
ball.
Chris Four Raiders is saying, is we need some of that nastiness back on the line.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, and that's that. Oh, and Kenna, that's we did the scores on Wild Wild West. Richie did his. I basically picked. I said that the Eagles, and again, this is still going to be my hot take. I'm going to stick to it, and you guys can kill me if you want, but I believe the Eagles are going to completely destroy the Chiefs. It's not even going to be close. So. If it's called fairly, it'll be 37-25 final score, but it won't feel that close, because what'll happen is Saquon will just explode. Like one of two things is going to happen. They're either going to do what they should do, what the Chiefs should do defensively. They should let Saquon just get his little 10-yarders here and there and not let him break free, right?
But see,
at which point, what's going to happen is
that's the problem.
If they do that, if they just play him safe, like they're going to play safe, because you saw like in that one play with the Commanders, if that safety didn't fuck around, like Saquon, if he just played it like normal, conservative, he could have tried to trick from Saquon, but he tried to fuck around, and he found out, all Saquon does is a little Madden move, and it's over. He's gone, right? So Saquon Barkley, it's on his birthday. People are forgetting. It's Saquon's birthday. It's Cooper DeJean's birthday. Both those guys are they're going to ball out on their birthdays, all right? So I'm not even worried about Travis Kelce. I would not be surprised if they say to Cooper DeJean, you're shadowing Kelce the whole time. Just stay on Kelce, right? And let everyone else have to play. Quinyon Mitchell, what we just found out already this year, ladies and gentlemen, is a shutdown corner. Jason, do you agree that Quinyon Mitchell? I didn't think he'd be that good, bro. But Quinyon Mitchell is a shutdown corner. If you put him on whoever it is, I mean, he shuts down a side. So it doesn't matter. If Hopkins is on that side, he's going to get shut down. If Hollywood Brown or Xavier Worthy's on that side, he's going to get shut down. You put Cooper DeJean then as shadowing Travis Kelce the whole time. Now you're asking Mahomes to have to play hard. And are you honestly not going to believe in Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, Jordan Davis? I heard like Graham's coming back for this kid, dude. They're gonna destroy the Chiefs.
I hope that's somebody that they're not talking about is Graham coming back, and
he's gonna be on Kelce.
Yeah, and the one thing is that I can't remember the other cat, the Kansas City guy. They said would be coming back possibly for the Super Bowl as well. At least on some of the shows here. God dang, what
position?
I don't remember it because I only listened to a little bit of the news while I'm here on the transit tour. John Leon, bullshit. Mike Mayer, no.
Maybe his brother, but maybe
trade him.
Patrick Mahomes' brother. What's his name?
Yeah, fuck him. Whatever. The kid that has more money because of his brother than the law allows.
Right. Hey, Cap, I do, just because I promised everybody I would talk about this a little. So the trade deadline was today for the NBA. I got my guy Jason wearing the Golden State Warriors hat. That's right, Jason. We're back, baby. Jimmy Butler came.
That was
I'm sorry about Andrew Wiggins having to go. He was very instrumental in our 2022 finals run. So thank you to Andrew Wiggins for your service. Jimmy Butler's coming. So I think we can make it right. Jason, any thoughts on that trade at all?
We didn't really. They took a lot of the not scrubs, but the only thing we took was Wiggins. That was kind of worth. But yeah, I mean, I like it because I like the dog that Jimmy is, and to put that with the dog that Curry is, can't hurt it, man. Can't hurt, man. I just hope we make the playoffs and that we make it out of these damn play-in games. It would be nice to get an actual playoff spot and play 7 games. To be able to compete.
Jimmy Butler is a, and again, basketball is not my forte, so I would put that out there. But what I know about Jimmy Butler, I mean, he's great when he's motivated. He's kind of like a second Draymond Green. As long as he's happy, you got a great player. But the minute that he's pissy, and I tell you, if Draymond Green and Jimmy Butler are on the same menstrual cycle, and they're having just the cramps at the same time, he'll punch
Draymond.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm saying that, but it might not work. And for Jimmy Butler going, that's a great place for him to go. I found it laughable that they said that KD didn't want any part of the Warriors after a while. Like, KD's like a damn mercenary, man. He'll go anywhere if the money's right. The fact I don't want to go to the Warriors. Well, you know what, KD, I really don't think he would have.
He went to the Brooklyn Nets, so you see how desperate he was.
Yeah, I tell you, but Jimmy Butler, I like the pickup, but I also think that is a headache and a cancer waiting to happen. Is it just for the rest of the year? Or are you guys planning to pick him up on a contract afterwards?
We already signed an extension cap for 2 years. That's part of the thing. So he re-signed it so that we don't have to pay him the $52 million, and it's like 111 for 2 years. But my whole thing about Jimmy Butler, and again, Cap, like you said, basketball is not necessarily your thing, but
I do keep up enough. I can talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, but Jason, do you not agree that Jimmy Butler, man, if we do make it to the playoffs, like you're talking about, playoff Jimmy? Bro, playoff Jimmy's crazy. He's like Jordan.
Yeah, and what I like about him, he's not going to just settle for the 3. That's what the Warriors have been doing, like, because you live or die by the 3. Yeah, when they're hitting, cool. But then we struggle when we're not on. We don't know how to just get a bucket. We just keep shooting threes, and then we just, the gap gets further and further. But I like Jimmy will get it anyway. He'll get it. He'll just, he'll just get buckets. So it's like that'll allow Curry to kind of do his thing and not have to do so much, just let him hit, let him get his spots and whoop. If Jimmy gets doubled, pop out. We still need a good big guy though. Too bad we couldn't.
I don't know I haven't checked my phone, so I'm sure I heard they were trying to get Valanciunas to come too. Jonas. I don't know if we were able to get that. But also there's the Sacktown trade. So I know there's Jack Hanna said yes. I know Jack. Sacramento Kings got their trade. I think the Spurs ended up getting De'Aaron Fox, right?
Yeah, that's the guy that I think is going to be, for what I know. And again, I can talk a little bit. Kuzma trading was a big thing, but I tell you, I think the guy that got hosed was it the kid that came over from the Mavs to the Lakers?
Oh, Doncic.
Doncic.
Yeah, I tell you, he lost $100 million because he can't do a supermax with the Lakers, and he might not be saying it, but I'm sure he's probably pissed that he's not going to be able to max out until I think now. I guess with the NBA contracts, he won't be able to get that until LeBron leaves. Am I right there?
That's what that is. They're bringing him just because LeBron's almost done. You know what I mean? So they're going to need somebody to be, to kind of build around. So that's Luka.
Yeah. The other thing too, Captain Jack, is I was saying it on one of the shows where I feel like this is the ultimate fuck you from the owners to the players because nobody knew about it at all. Like even Danny Ainge who hates the Lakers, did not know that his trade with the Mavs was actually to help the Lakers get Luka. And by the time he found out, it was 30 minutes before the trade was going to happen, so he couldn't pull out of it anymore. And the trade got executed. So even Danny Ainge, who's a front office guy, he got fooled. And I honestly believe that it was like, you know what? The players can't control us. So Luka, you can go. We don't care. Because you can't even make that trade in the video game, Jason. Like the NBA 2K.
No, it would block it. You said not enough. It's not enough.
No, what is Ainge's role in this? Because I mean, I'm out of it. I thought the last time I heard from Danny Ainge, he was the GM in Boston.
No. He's the GM at Utah, but it was a 3-team trade, and in order for the Mavericks to get that to happen, they needed Utah to like free up like some kind of room or some shit like that, and then that's how AD went to the Mavericks. So remember that in the NBA, everything has to somehow be
fit under the cap,
right? Yeah. So that's how, but he didn't know that it was going to be that. He didn't know he was a part of a whole 3-team, thing like that. And again, too, I also believe that all of these crazy trades are happening during Super Bowl week because we all know that the NFL has been king in the United States for so long that they, when you want to create a buzz, it's like now in Super Bowl week, everybody was talking about Luka Doncic and all these trades that are going to happen. And now it made the Jimmy Butler trade kind of matter. It made the De'Aaron Fox trade kind of matter. But Luka kind of got it started where everybody started paying attention to the trades. Otherwise, nobody would have started paying attention to that anyways.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't realize what the Danny Ainge, again, the last time I checked, he was GM up in Boston. That was probably 20 years ago. So I know him out of it.
Now the other thing, Cap, and I know you're not too equipped on this one, but I did bring Jason on because there's been a ton of boxing news lately, right? Now the biggest one that just happened is earlier in the week before the show, it was announced that Canelo versus Terrence Crawford will be happening at Allegiant Stadium in September, right? That gets announced on Tuesday, right? And then on Wednesday, everybody starts hearing, oh my gosh, Canelo is going to fight Jake Paul in May in Las Vegas. And then everybody's like, oh man, is this Canelo trying to basically get the money so that he can start to think about retiring? Because these are money moves, right? And then today, the news was Terrence Crawford versus Canelo might not happen. We'll see. But Jake Paul versus Canelo is definitely happening in May in Las Vegas. So I want to get Jason's take on Jake Paul, which I hate to say that name, bro, but I got to say it on this contact. Jake Paul is finally going to fight someone who's actually around the same age as him, right? And can actually knock him out. So what do you think, Jason?
Well, respectfully, I hope he beats the shit out of Jake Paul. I'm not even a Canelo guy, but you know what I'm saying? Like, this one I definitely will be. I hope he dogs his ass, dogs him out. But the thing that I'm not even gonna say that.
No, go ahead, man. Go ahead and say it.
Because the dude Jake, like, I don't know. I feel like there's gonna be some kind of he's gonna starve him to death. You know what I mean? They're gonna do the whatchamacallit where they drain him. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be something. It's gonna be something because
Well, I mean, Jake's been doing it for so long to everybody else, like what he did with Mike Tyson. Hey, you got to wear these 16-ounce gloves. Hey, you got to do this. Hey, you got to do that.
It's going to be something. I want to hear that. What's that going to be? He's going to be like, oh, no headshots, only shots.
I think it's going to end up being something like they'll probably fight at like 195 cap, because Canelo probably walks around 185 or something. And then Canelo will probably insist that it can't be that weak ass big gloves. It's got to be my 10-ounce gloves. And then, the rounds will probably have to be negotiated too. So
So
Yeah.
Canelo would have to gain 10 pounds in order to fight.
No. No, Canelo already walks around. Cap, like Canelo fights at 168, but what you got to know about these guys in boxing is,
Damn, he's that light.
yeah, well, he's 5'8". He goes to fights at 168, but when that guy's not like when he's just regular, he gains at least 20 pounds. So he's probably like on fight nights, he probably weighs closer to 185, 190 during
Okay.
fight nights, anyways. You know.
So after the weigh-in is when he sucks.
Yeah,
up
but
all
on
that
this
food.
one, he doesn't even have to drain. So basically, Canelo will just be walking in there like, this is what I am. He'll be training at the weight he normally trains at. So he'll probably, that's why I was saying he'll probably 185. I think it's worse for Jake Paul because he weighed 226 for
Yeah.
Tyson. So they're going to say, no, dude, we're not going to fight. We're not going to fucking fight you if you don't weigh like 190. Like, you know, like they're going to tell him like something like 195. And then for every pound you're over, we're going to penalize you $3 million. You know, so that if Jake Paul decides to show up, 20 pounds over, that's, an extra 60 million he got to give Canelo. So this is a definite money grab for sure. Right. But just like Jason said, he doesn't even like Canelo that much, but he sure would love to see him beat the shit out.
Oh, I would too.
Hell yeah.
Get me in the ring to fight Paul, and I'll only take a cool $1 million. But as long as I'm allowed to bring my my cane and my utility vehicle, my scooter,
Hey,
and I can
Captain
roll around
Jack.
on my scooter and hit him with my cane. and I won't. You know what? I won't even take $1 million. I'll take $250,000.
No, get your money and kick his ass. Get that kid. Put that cane on.
If they don't give me the $1 million, is what I'm saying, Jason.
Yeah.
I would settle for $250. I would settle.
You're
Now,
good,
the
man.
other thing, Cap, is over the weekend, and I want to add because Jason got to watch it. On Saturday, it was a big fight weekend. There was UFC Saudi Arabia, and then there was like fights in England, and then there was the big fight we had here at the T-Mobile Arena, Benavidez versus Morrell. It was this huge fight. There was Angel Fierro versus Pitbull Cruz, and it was great. So I don't know how much of it. I want to ask Jason, how much of it did you get to watch? Like which fights? And then what did you think of those fights when you saw them, Jason?
Cruz and Benavidez.
Okay, so you got to see Pitbull Cruz versus Angel Fierro. All right, so describe to Captain Jack what the Angel Fierro versus Pitbull Cruz was like for you, because I wouldn't even say you're like an expert of watching boxing, but you do watch it. You watch boxing a lot, so
yeah.
But
I thought you said Benitez. I said, well, Fredo Benitez is still fighting?
I was like, Benavidez.
yeah, no, that was the main event. It's Benavidez.
Yeah, I was like, I knew I was gonna butcher that too. I was like,
Yeah, because I know Wilfredo Benitez from back in the 70s. I'm like, the dude is still fighting. God bless him.
Yeah.
Well, and then he's Benavidez. I got it right, Angelo? Was Wilfredo Benitez, right?
Yes, you did. You did get the Wilfredo
so I got his
Benitez
autograph.
correct.
I got his autograph.
Yeah, honestly, these I was, I think did you tell me? Somebody told me. I think you probably sent a text out. I was gonna say because someone told me, and that's how I tuned in. But I was more kind of looking forward to like the what you call it. I don't know if we talked about that. The Rolly and
Rolly Garcia fight that's gonna come up.
Yes, because that's the one I'm really looking forward to.
Okay,
these are cool.
so.
I like
tell me about
Cruz
Fierro
fight.
Cruz. Like, tell me what you thought of that,
Yeah.
so Cap could kind of get an understanding from
Yeah.
someone who just tuned it in.
And then Cruz lost.
Well, Pitbull Cruz won that fight. Remember, Fierro lost.
Oh, I'm tripping. Maybe I didn't finish that one.
Okay, you didn't finish that. Oh,
Yeah.
you were thinking what I was thinking, that he was losing.
Yeah,
right?
for some reason I thought he
No,
lost.
he ends up coming back. So essentially, Cap, if you want to see what for real Mexican style boxing looks like, it's that fight.
Yeah,
Because both guys,
Cruz
neither one was going to go back down.
Yeah,
they
that's
were
what I
like,
was gonna say.
no, fuck you.
Cruz is just gonna fight until you know what I mean. Going back, they were going back and forth.
Yeah, there was a lot of fuck you punches in there. It was not one of those.
All I want to know is if they're fighting in Vegas and I'm a season ticket holder, do I get chance to get to the seats and then I can turn around and sell them?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know that, Cap, but I know that if I don't know. Actually, that's a good question. That's a good question to bring up.
Hey, if you can find out for me, because I'll buy tickets and then I'll sell them.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the other one was the main event, which I'm sure Jason saw, was Benavidez versus Morrell. Now that's a big one, Cap, just because Jose Benavidez Jr. is the guy that Canelo has been ducking for the last 3 years of his life, right? That's why everybody keeps getting mad at Canelo, because this is the young, dangerous 28-year-old, 6 foot tall, 6'1". He basically walks around like 200 pounds, but he was cutting to 168. Now he finally got to be at 175, and he fought the Cuban Olympian, who is also the guy that Canelo was ducking. So it's basically Canelo ducked these two. These were the two best. These two moved up in weight, and then they decided to fight each other. So this was like a early battle of watching Leonard versus Tommy Hearns, kind of, right? So, but what did you think of it, Jason? David Morrell versus David Benavidez.
I mean, I thought it was cool. I kind of like the Cruz fight a little bit better. I feel like it was more, a little bit more action, a little bit more grinding. But it definitely a good fight. Like it was honestly my first time seeing both of them. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Fight. So I've seen Cruz a couple times too in the past, but
right.
But for those two, I never really kind of.
All right, so I'm going to address this real quick. Thanks for the question, John Leon. So here's the issue, right? Here's the issue, because we're in the U.S.
Yeah.
The problem is, John Leon, the Jake Paul thing does not happen anywhere outside of the United States, and I'll tell you why. Number one, because there's an actual thing called a boxing commission that handles an entire region like Europe or Asia. So there's a guy in charge that says, hell no. Like the Mike Tyson fight versus Jake Paul, there's no commission outside of the U.S. In fact, there wasn't even a commission like outside of Texas that was allowing it. It was only Texas's corrupt ass that let it happen, right? But anyways, boxing, not only is it not a circus, John Leon, but I keep asking people to get on board. I know I bother Jason about it all the time, but I keep telling everyone, Jason, 2 years or about a year and a half ago, did I not tell you that boxing is about to become like a #1 sport in America within 3 to 5 years, right?
You did. It's coming back.
Yes. And now, if you own DAZN, because DAZN subscriptions are cheaper than Amazon Prime, right? You can watch all global boxing, and all global boxing is crazy amazing, John Leon. It would remind you of the 80s, like watching the boxing of the 80s.
When I was coming up, when boxing was real, baby.
And Cap, it's that good. Like,
okay.
Unfortunately, they're not American, because our American boxers, especially the bigger guys, have been sucking the last couple of years, right?
No, they have to
all
improve.
The best fighters in the world.
Yeah, they'd have to improve just as such.
Yes, but all the best fighters in the world are like in the UK, in Europe, in Russia, in Uzbekistan, right? Mm-hmm. Now, here's the kicker too. In the United States, everyone hates the fact that we've had to pay like what we did, Jason. Like, oh, you didn't do it, but I did. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it this one time.
I'm cheap.
And part of it is because they weren't showing it at the casinos. So Amazon Prime, what I had to pay on Saturday was $80, right? And that sucks. Like now you're being asked to pay $80 like every pay-per-view, and then Amazon will do, I don't know, 5 to 6 pay-per-views a year, right? So that kind of sucks for us. But DAZN does it totally for free. In fact, let me say this too, John Leon. Let's say you've been behind on boxing, and Jason knows because I send it to him all the time. It's free anyways. Like literally 3 days later, it's on YouTube for free. High quality. I just send them the link. Hey, man, you missed the fight. Here you go. Watch this. This happened in.
And I can attest to that because Angelo has sent me boxing matches that I still need to fucking watch.
I owe it to me. I think me too. Like, but he got me back into boxing though, for real. Because like I used to when I grew up, you know what I mean. When you had the Tysons, the Foremans, all the, you know what I mean, all the guys, and it was like, you know, there was a big gap in between, and then you started, you know, getting me back in, and it has been juicy though. People are actually fighting each other, except for what's his name, Gervonta and Shakir, but.
And that's exactly it. So here's what's crazy, right? In the United States, John Leon, you're probably going to see the commercials for Gervonta Davis is fighting Lamont Roach on Amazon Prime. on March 1st, and you're going to see a bunch of American commercials for that, right? That'll cost you $80. Or for no subscription at all, Jason, you don't even have to subscribe to DAZN for this one. On February 22nd, they are doing the Super Bowl of boxing, which is going to be 7 world title fights. 7 world championship fights of the best fighting the best. Every fight is 50-50. And if you're an American, the names you might recognize in that one is Shakur Stevenson's fighting against Floyd Schofield, or Virgil Ortiz is fighting. He's American, right? Like, but they basically took all the best fighters of all the world, like Street Fighter style, put them all in one card, have them fight for world titles, and the price of it is $23.99.
Or you can wait
$23.99.
until February 30th, and it's free.
Yeah.
And no, if you wait February 25th, it'll be free.
No,
Yes.
listen, Angelo. February 30th.
Okay, or February 30th, sure.
Say February 30th.
Because I think there's only 28 days or 29 days this year. I'm not sure if it's a leap year.
That's why I said 30, because I wasn't sure if it was a leap year.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
Give yourself leeway.
There you go.
Right. But John Leon, you don't have to worry about the whole. I mean, again, if you start paying attention to boxing the way I've been trying to get everybody to start really paying attention to it, you won't be able to complain anymore that the best aren't fighting the best. Because Jason, you know for a fact that the best are fighting the best. You know, That's what I'm sending you guys. I'm sending you tapes of this is the best guy here and this is the best guy here, and they fought. You know, so
Now, am I out of it? Because I am. I guess I am. Wasn't Canelo like the hot topic like around 10 years ago? Because I vaguely remember when I was down in Guantanamo, like around 2012, 2013, that we would watch a Canelo fight.
Triple G. Him and Triple G.
Exactly.
I remember.
Canelo, Triple G. And that was about 10 years. And I'm like, okay, that was 2012. So it's over 10 years. It's been about 13 years ago. And I'm like, I remember Canelo. So that's why he's fighting Jason Paul, because he's so out of it that he has to have the money grab that you're talking about.
Well, he's 34 years old now, Cap, and he's at the tail end of his career in the boxing world, we all know he doesn't want to fight David Benavidez because David Benavidez is a killer. Right. And he doesn't want to fight David Morrell because both of those guys are 27, 28 years old. They're both killers and they're both bigger than him. And they both could cut down to his weight. They could cut down to 168. So these big monsters that are 6'1" can cut all the way down to 168 and fight Canelo. And Canelo had done everything he can to duck him. Duck. He was basically playing duck. And then he saw Jake Paul, who had been calling him out for the last 2 years. And even Canelo 2 years ago on an interview said, well, this is ridiculous, but you know what? Maybe in 2 years. And here we are 2 years later, and Canelo finally decided to say goose.
Hey, because the goose laid the golden egg.
That's right. And I'll tell you what's gonna sell this fight. I'm sorry to say it. Everybody who paid attention to Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, because now that you saw that, you basically want to see Jake. Everybody wants to see Jake Paul get his ass kicked.
Yes,
because he's never fought anyone. He's fighting old people, non-boxers, whatever, right?
Wait a second. I'm getting a phone call. Wait.
Okay, sure.
Hello?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll fight you. How much you going to pay me? Okay. Yeah. Book it with my agent. Go through a guy by the name of Angelo. Okay. Yeah, I'll fight you. I'll fight you, Jason. Yeah. Fuck you, Jake. Fuck you, Jake. Yeah. All right. Thanks again, brother. Bye-bye.
Hey, if you need the guy to put your stool down in the corner, I got you.
That's hey, Jason, you're gonna get 10% for that, bro.
Yeah, I got you.
You know, so but that's essentially it. Canelo is a hot name in the US. And again, this is why we just need to continue to educate everyone. Like tonight, Cap, while we were on the show, I was watching boxing. It was on ESPN Plus. And it's and one of the guys that's in it is the 2-time gold medalist heavyweight. He's 6'7", 250 pounds, and he's probably going to be the next Vladimir Klitschko. But nobody in America is going to know about him unless you're a boxing guy. But this guy is amazing, and he's worth, at least for me, I like boxing, so it's worth my time, right?
I'm going,
and
I'm
that's what I
going
mean.
out
It's
to
like-
Vegas. I'm going out to Vegas when Angelo says that he has a hookup. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'll
When
let you
Angelo-
know, Cap.
When
If there's,
Angelo
if-
has a hookup,
yeah,
okay, I will, because you know why? Because I will go with somebody that actually knows about boxing, and I can enjoy it better with somebody that knows all the ins and outs, because I have like my own private guru right there, and I will enjoy the hell out of that. But let me know. Let me know.
no, of course, Cap. No, I'll tell Jason too. Like, hey, man,
Like
I got
having
the
a
thing.
Ahmad Rashad right there. Like,
Yeah.
I was like-
No, but like, I want to respond to this. Like, John Leon, that's the thing is, see, that's the narrative that they're pushing to you right now in the U.S. because you don't know, because you haven't. You just trust me, man. Either find me on Facebook, all right, and I will send you the last month's worth of fight for free, and you tell me if you didn't think that was as good as the early 80s and late 80s and early 90s, because they're all every bit as good as the late 80s and early 90s.
But
It's
see,
just if you don't know, then you don't know.
the difference is, dude, and again, I am showing my age. ABC used to show Hagler, Hearns, and Leonard. Leonard was like every 3 months on Wide World of Sports was a Leonard fight.
Right.
You know, you would
Right.
see it free on ABC, man, on Wide
Right.
World of Sports. Jim McKay would be there, and then
Yeah.
they bring in Muhammad Ali for color commentary, and may he rest in peace. But while he could still enunciate, because I don't think he had gotten to the Parkinson's as bad then, but yeah, he would be like a color, and it was fantastic, and watching that stuff. But you don't get that nowadays.
Well,
You don't.
Cap, that's the thing. That's what I'm trying to tell you, though, Cap, is you do get that now. It's just that, again, because we're no longer in a free TV age, we're in a streaming age.
Yeah.
All these fights are on YouTube, 100% for free for everyone to watch. Ask Jason. I send him a weekly. Hey, this fight's gonna happen. This fight's happening right now, right?
And he did send me stuff in the past, but I was always so busy with other things. I didn't blow you off. I actually clicked on it, and then hey, you got to do this. Hey, you got to. So I did hit the link. I just had never finished.
Right.
The 2 times that you sent me.
I'll send you some of the more even recent ones, because what I'm trying to do is I'll send you guys like the little 3-minute clips so you can just see the highlights of it, so that you can understand that it is like that now.
Okay.
And if you're subscribed to DAZN, which I'm subscribed to DAZN, it's only $13 a month, right? But I literally get to watch it live boxing. If it's happening in England, if it's happening in Japan, if it's happening in Africa, if it doesn't matter, because all the best fighters, like, you get to really watch it from a global sense. So I get that the big prize always is America's the biggest market. We all know this, that America's the biggest market. But until we get someone to get behind, it's hard to sell that on regular free TV. At one point, you might remember a name of a heavyweight by the name of Deontay Wilder. Do you remember Deontay Wilder, Jason?
Oh, yeah.
Right? Do you remember Deontay Wilder at all, Cap? You don't remember the big black guy, 6'6" from Alabama, who was knocking everyone out? He was the next Mike Tyson, basically.
Hey, I kind of lost a lot of the knowledge when Teofilo Stevenson. I know I threw that one out there.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's great. Very good, Cap.
And he won like 4 or 5 gold medals because he was a professional down in Cuba. And then
he was the greatest Cuban amateur ever.
So again, I mean, when you had guys like Jerry Cooney, the Great White Hope, and that was I saw that. Was it the Cooney Holmes or Cooney Tyson fight? Where it was probably Cooney Tyson. And they were just all caught. I remember watching that. We had to go to the Navy Club, and it was on pay-per-view. We went to the club on base and watched Cooney get his ass kicked. And then did Cooney hit the shot like the shot the Nad shot? He hit somebody. Cooney hit. Cooney hit. What was it? Tyson in the Nads or Holmes in the Nads? One of those.
Right.
One of those guys.
It was the so Cap. You're talking about Galata versus Holyfield getting hit in the balls. And
no, I swear it was. I swear it was a Cooney fight.
Oh, and it might have been Cooney. That might have been Cooney versus Larry Holmes. Maybe.
Okay, yeah, Cooney
Yeah.
Holmes. I know it was a Cooney fight. How
Yeah.
you doing there, Rafa?
Hey, so Rafa, real quick, just say that we have about 5 minutes because we got to end
All
it
right.
at less than a 2-hour mark. And then shout out to Rick Samarano. Hopefully everything's going okay over there in Hawaii, brother.
Rick.
Prayers and good thoughts to you. And
Salute
Rick
to you,
is a big boxing fan himself. I send him stuff. But I just want to say again that Deontay Wilder, who was going to be our great American hope to get everyone involved, got his ass beat by a guy named Tyson Fury twice in front of everyone. So, and the last time Deontay Wilder fought was in May, and he got knocked the hell out by the China guy, Zhilei Zhang. So, that's why, Cap. That's the reason why we don't have it on American TV like ABC, because
This is why we can't have nice things.
Right.
Yeah.
That's funny. But go ahead, Raf. Go ahead and talk about your stuff.
Yeah, I just wanted to say salute to everybody else. Angelo, Captain Jack, Jason. I mean, for this moment right now, I think that all over those times, the boxing is evolving, but I don't know what's the deal about like some influencers like Jake Paul, Logan Paul. I mean, the boxing, I don't know, it's gonna be like a downgrade because there's one thing that I just wanted to quote one of my friends, which is also a boxing fan. He also a New York Giants fan. Salute to Lou. But I really understand that boxing has all the glory in the 80s and the 90s, but also you guys remember between like Evander Holyfield versus Mike Tyson, which is like unbelievable. Oscar de la Hoya. Also, there was like a Venezuelan boxing called Jorge Linares, which is the Golden Boy. I mean, this one is really interesting to see how boxing is getting involved, like during for the 2010, but during for the 2020, there's like a lot of prospects going to like the hope when there was like an international boxers going out to like the gold. And that I remember that I was like a kid with my dad and my grandfather. We used to like to watch all those boxings on HBO, which is like insane because I remember watching like every Saturday night. I was watching the whole boxing on HBO and all around for the pay-per-view because we have like a little bit of money to afford cable, but also to pay pay-per-view. That's the kind of like the stuff that we just get enough of that. But I believe that during for those days, actually the boxing, it seems like they have like that sign up because after we just lost some of the prospects, after we just lost some of the legends, there's no way down that boxing is going like die because we remember like the golden days, like the 80s and 90s and 2000 and also the 70s.
So Raf, real quick, just so that you know, and again, I know you're a big UFC guy.
Yes,
again, this is the problem, which is why everybody keeps even asking me to get my channel going is, Raf, if you actually watched boxing the same way you watch UFC for the last 2 years, boxing has been better than it's ever been. The only problem is none of the American fighters are the best fighters in the world. The best fighters in the world are in the UK, Russia, Uzbekistan, Japan, China. That's why you have to have the Zone, DAZN, for $13 a month. Or you can follow Reyes Boxing on Instagram, and I'll be happy to just give you the YouTubes for free. But let me ask you this question, Raf, and I'll let you keep going.
Yes.
You're going to watch the pay-per-view UFC 312 this week, right?
Yes,
How much is that pay-per-view going to cost?
Oh, depends for like the cost because right now it depends like the cost team, which is like 50, 60 to pay like the pay-per-view because I really understand that.
Right. So I'll tell you right now, Raf, I looked at it on ESPN Plus. I have to pay, which I'm not going to because it's free at the casino. But if you had to pay for UFC 312, which is a good fight, it's a really good fight to watch, guys. You should watch it. Sean Strickland versus Dricus Duplessis and Zhilei Zhang or Zhang Weili versus
Yao Ming is fighting.
but listen, but UFC 312, it's a good fight. but it's going to cost you $80, right? There it is again.
Yeah,
There's the
that's a
tag
cost of like
price
$100.
again, Jason.
I couldn't agree.
$80, and no one wants to pay $80.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for you, Angelo. I'm waiting.
Yeah, exactly. Now, check this out. Ralph,
Yes.
there are 7 world title fights. You don't even have to be subscribed to the Zone. You just got to pay the pay-per-view fee. On February 22nd, my friend, I will send you the info for it. February 22nd, that's the Super Bowl of boxing. 7 world title fights. $23. That's what it will cost you. $23.
Wow.
So, like I said, man, go ahead for the final minute, Ralph.
Yeah, I just wanted to do it about it. And I just wanted to tell you that I know this is going to be like the last minute. So shout out to everybody else. Shout out to my brother Angelo, Captain Jack, Jason. I know that my YouTube channel is going to like 1K subscribers. So subscribe to my channel, follow to my social media. And of course, I just wanted to say one last thing. Don't be surprised if Dricus du Plessis is going after Sean Strickland. It's going to be like around number 2. All right.
Okay.
I smell it. But some people
remember
are just
maybe Ralph, I'll go on your show and we can talk about it.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I just wanted to tell you that Captain Jack, don't be confused because Zhao Min is a famous basketball player. They're talking about
I knew
Sean
that.
Whaley.
I knew that. That's why I threw the joke out there. It was so easy.
All right, so don't be confused at all. All right.
All right.
Nice.
Thanks, Ralph. Thank you. So, Cap, anything left to say? Because we got to start closing.
Yeah,
up.
we got to get out of here. I want to say thank you, all the gentlemen that were here. Thank you, Jason, for being here. Thank you, Angelo. I'm going to shut up so you can get out of here. Thanks again,
Okay.
guys. Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, Cap. Thank you so much. Jason, shout out your channel real quick and when you're putting it on.
Oh man, I will be doing something Saturday. You'll see me. I'm gonna collab with Just Win Raiders. We're gonna do a show this weekend, so I will see you guys then. And you'll see me. My therapy is Madden, so hey, we win some, we lose some, but I'm very competitive. I want to win every game, but sometimes, it doesn't go that way. But yeah, definitely tune in. There have been some cool comebacks, so definitely check out the games. I know sometimes it may look like it's about to be a blowout, but I ain't going out like that. So, but definitely check out, we got a lot of good stuff coming. Who is going to be our quarterback? That's what I want to see. So that's the next move.
All right. All right, everybody. Good night. Thanks, Jason. Thanks, Captain Jack. See y'all later.